Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? I wasn't actually planning on making a video, but had this guy show up right there, and he's one of those surrender now guys, so I'm gonna get a large grid ship coming in, most likely, and I'm gonna have to defend against it, and I just got a lot of work done on the elevator. So I figured instead of showing the carnage in the aftermath of the attack, I might as well show the actual attack going on, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, there he is. I did put in another set of missiles and turrets, and then to give you an idea of what I've been working on so far, I did manage to get all of the drills redone. I also put some protection around there, and I actually literally just got the glass done on here. And yeah, so the gears are all set up, they're all working. It is a little, it was a little touch and go here, trying to get these things meshed in here right. But I think with just that little tiny gap here, that should be enough to keep this going pretty straight. And as you can see, it's doing a little jitter thing, but that is because we are also building, oh, cat's paw coming in. And it died. Okay. Please don't hit anything. Oh, you son of a... Did it actually do any damage? Of course it did. There's a hole down there now. So annoying. But I mean, overall that's not bad. And at least it didn't hit the projector, so that's good. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I do have 2 projectors over there. And I have them move down 3 blocks at a time to, you know, build the new stuff. But if that's all it was going to send after me, then that's actually not terrible. So I was starting to make this thing like the sides and the gear teeth, I guess, or the gear track, I should say. I was going to do that completely by hand, or at least by ship. And so in order to do that, I actually created another little ship. And I'm calling this the Bulldog because it kind of looks like a bulldog. Short, squat, very beefy, you know. Figured it kind of suited. So let's go out and see if we can fix that, because... And of course the zoom is like way out there. Alright, so how much did it actually destroy? Not really all that much. Okay, so Control G, and we want to go into this. And of course, it's doing the stupid thing that it does. So if it ever does this, that doesn't mean that it's not working. It just means that it's just not showing you the projection of it. So you can still place blocks like this, it's just you have no idea what orientation they're going to be in because you don't have that little projection. So that is what I got. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And you can tell that I started working on the right side before I started working on the left side. I was going to get just like one whole thing done at a time, but then it's like, well, why do that when I can get both sides done at the same time? But then I kind of realized that the build and repair units can only do so many blocks at a time. Like it can't go parallel and do like multiple blocks at the same time. So it's got to do one at a time. So I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. But yeah. So this is the Bulldog. He's a beefy little guy. Quite comfortable. I do have a vent in here. And then 4 thrusters down, and the reason why they're off, they're not like directly spaced like that, is because I had these left and right ones, and they had to be offset, so yeah. It's a thing. Just gotta deal with it. Alright, so, and then we have a nice little color job going on here. So the gears are red, obviously. The pistons and the rotors, or at least that subgrid in there, see if I can show it. Okay, I think I didn't paint that one. But yeah, the ones over here, they're yellow. So that's the rotor and this little piece there. And then those are red, and that's a different subgrid, so that's also red. But yeah, and then I did the whole thing in black. So that's what we have for the different colors. And surprisingly, like there hasn't been any drone ships coming in like the entire time that I was doing pretty much all of this work. So I've been extremely lucky, and odds are that's not gonna last. So I'll just take what I can get while I can get it. How we doing? Can we, there we go. And lock that in, turn those off, and put it back on recharge. Okay. So we have a lot of damage dealing stuff now. I can take out those large grid ships in about 20 seconds now. The only bad thing is I've been using up a lot of missiles, and I don't have that many, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, I think I still have over 500, but still, that's eh. All right, so projector, nope. Okay, menu, projector with the J. Okay, so here, the pitch, the horizontal offset, and all that other stuff, that's all set up so it lines up correctly, and then all I have to do here, add 3 onto that, and then you can see that it projects the new one 3 blocks down. And so then all I have to do is just kind of wait for that to get built, and then, you know, you just move down another 3. I do have the projector set to keep the projection, so even once it's done finishing like that projection, it's still going to keep it. So that way, you know, that's what kind of allows me to move it down. And then I kind of like the way that the glass looks kind of on the side. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the, like, because it's kind of like rounded on the edges, there wasn't really a good way to get the glass to work. So mostly this is just kind of like minimal protection, and it should prevent any missiles from hitting, you know, the base of the gears, which should hopefully, I don't know, help. And then when I get these things all the way down to the bottom, then I can actually start testing this thing. Haven't actually technically tested it yet. I do believe that, okay, no, so this is still holding everything up. So base of the piston is here, tip of the piston is here, and it's just kind of holding everything up. I did do some quick tests, just extending the piston the full way and making sure that these things, you know, spin properly and they kind of get in there without the jumping, of course. And they do spin pretty well. I am missing that little tip right there, but I can get that once we actually start testing this thing. And this cockpit doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there for now, just that way I can, you know, get this nice little view and see kind of what's going on. So that way I don't have to have, you know, a ship out here and constantly be flying up and down. But yeah. So, I mean, it's working so far. As far as how well it's going to work when I'm actually using it, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It might be fine, it might not be fine, I don't know. But, I mean, it should work fine. And then because the gears are actually tied to each other and they're not working independently, or at least front to back, they're not working independently, that should actually help with the stability of this thing. So then the only cant it's going to have is just like a roll to the right or left. It's not going to have the pitch down or pitch up that I was getting with the small grid one. And then also I have this on the minimum or the basic torque settings for the rotor. And even just using one rotor per side, this is able to move the whole thing, or at least hold the whole thing in place. So I did check that. It is strong enough, which is good. I might have to test that again once everything's built, because I did put a lot of glass on here, and I think glass is kind of heavy. But kind of what it looks like so far. I'm debating on whether or not I want to extend some glass across the middle in between the gears. The only bad thing about doing that is I've got no way to connect it to anything, so it's just going to be kind of like a leaf of paper just kind of sitting out there just wobbling in the wind. So I'm not sure if I want to do that, because that could, depending on if a missile hits in the right place, that could break the whole thing, and then I just lose like 30, windows. But it would give me a little bit more protection, so in that sense it would be a good idea. So I'm not really sure what I want to do here. I do know one thing that I want to do though, and that is to sort of cover this up and leave just a little entrance for myself to go in there. So we'll do that, and then I need window 1 by 1, and then we'll do, okay, I need to not fall into the gaps here. Alright, how we doing? So that should work, and that gives us a nice little way in. I could put a door here if I really wanted to. In fact, you know what? I think I will. We'll do this sliding door. I don't think I'm going to need those anymore. And then we'll just do that. And then we'll do the same thing over here on this side. Okay, so we'll start with the windows. I think that's where that's got to go. That's not going to let me place that. That's fine though. Alright, that can go there and there. And now I should be able to place the window against that one. There we go. And then we'll put the door over here as well. And that should work. So, little extra protection. It's not perfect protection because a missile could technically fall into this space. I mean, the odds of that happening are pretty low. Something I could do though is we'll have this set to that, and then we'll go into, where am I going? Here, okay. And then I need a half panel. And we'll just kind of throw this in here, maybe. Oh wait, no, that's in the wrong place. Sir, if you don't mind. Okay, let's try this again. It has to be placed on this block, not the other one. Okay, so that should work. Okay. So now this should give me a little extra protection. Of course, the gear is too close over here on this side. That's the only bad thing about this, is where the gears have to be in order to work. It's just kind of weird. So like, you would think that because this does not line up with this right here, it's like off by, I don't know, like an inch or something, that this wouldn't spin. But having it here was the only way to get it to spin. So, yeah. I don't know. Okay, so let's see if I can get up here. Good. And then I can put in some additional pieces over here, maybe. I mean, that would probably be a good idea, right? Okay, so that's gonna have to go in here roughly like this. And I'm not gonna be able to do too much over here, unfortunately. Because that has to spin through here, so I can't really put anything in this quadrant. But I don't have anything that would be like, has a quarter piece like cut out, so it's just gonna, it's the best that I can do right now. And then because this gear is moved over, I can't place in this corner piece, which kind of sucks. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. So that's a little bit more protection, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully to make it look at least a little bit more, I don't know, put together. Okay. Now, was I able to do that? Yeah. So these gears, even though like all the things are spaced out exactly the same on both sides, they're not the same. So as you'll be able to see in a bit, I'm actually able to place things over here on this side. So not sure what the deal is with that, but it's a thing. I suppose I could check the pistons, but I mean, I'm fairly certain that this is set exactly the same on both sides. So yeah, so 2.35 is what that's set to. And oh wait, no. See, so this is set to 2.35. Actually, hold on. Let's get this. Why is this not? Okay, 0.1. Do your thing. Okay, so now that pushes everything kind of a little bit closer this way. So if I reverse this, that'll kind of bring everything back in. So maybe if I can do that over here on this side, it'll work. Okay, so minimum distance here is 2.1, and then we will just reverse. Yeah, so you can see this one's just kind of stuck, so it's not really doing anything. And then I could check the piston offsets as well. Ooh, that's not good. This is not good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Because getting back up, given all the craters on the side of the mountain, is, it's not fun. So, how many of you guys thought that I was gonna die right there? Don't lie. I know some of you did. No, I've fallen here before, so I'm pretty confident about what to do when and if I do fall. Oh god, this is so nasty going through here with all the craters. It's like just trying to find like a nice space to like walk on is just like ridiculous. Alright, and then this is, okay, so that is a crater from a meteor. And the way that I can tell that is because of this huge kind of cylindrical thing that it did there. And yeah, so you can see here. What is this though? This looks like silver? Yeah, silver. I think, no, we got a little bit more here. And I think we have some over here. Okay. Those little, I don't know what they are, but like when the whole thing just like freezes for a couple of seconds, those are annoying. And is this silver? No, I think that's just stone. Okay, so yeah, that was fun. I think I have to go this way. But yeah, so you can see we're making pretty decent progress here. Okay, so I need to go where? Over here maybe? Yes, okay, good. And that should get me roughly here, which is back in the base. Okay, good to go. Ice. Yeah, we can put that in there, get a little bit of H2 generation. Okay. So back to what I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted. I was checking the rotor offsets in the front just to make sure that they are good to go. This time, you know what I need? I need a mind the gap sign. Because, you know, those of you from London, like, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, right. But I think that would be kind of funny to have here. Okay, so we are at negative 10 centimeters, supposedly. And then this one is set at also negative 10 centimeters. Okay, so then we'll check the back one. And then this one is set at negative 30. And that one's also set at negative 30. So everything is set to the exact same displacements and lengths and distances and all that other stuff. But as you can probably tell, like, it doesn't actually line up the exact same. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But what if I were to bring this up to 20? Now, is that going to push it far enough forward, or is this just an exercise in futility? I'm thinking it's going to be that exercise in futility. Can I push this any farther forward? How about like 0? Oh, hey, good. That'll work. Okay, so now at least I can put these things in there. Why did you... Is that what I want you to be? That might be what I want it to be. But then why is this one not... Okay. I think that'll work. Mind the gap. Yeah, so now that pushed everything forward, which means that I can put these pieces in. But then I'm going to have to put everything back. There we go. Once again, there's that little tiny... I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's like everything just kind of freezes. Just real quick, and it's kind of annoying. I know that's the wrong color, but I will take care of that later. And then we will put this back to negative 30. Okay, so that'll work. And then this thing, black, battered. All right. There we go. So I think that will do, but I think I still need to paint these things. Yes. Okay, so dark orange with the hazard, and then shift should work. Do the same thing over here. Okay, so that'll work. And then we'll go back to my normal gray. All right, good to go. Oh yeah, there's a door here. Okay, so I think that will add a little extra protection. Alright, so that needs to go, and of course it's not going to let me place that anymore because reasons. Alright, can we push you forward to like 0? Okay. And then we'll do that and that. And then we'll push you back to negative 0.3. There we go. So I think we're good. Okay. I thought that was a enemy ship, because I am standing in the wrong place if that was. Okay. So what I am going to do eventually is I'm going to put the half panels across here to cover up the gap. And I might even do full panels, so that way they kind of like overlap on top of here. So you can see that this is just a little bit below the top of here. So I'm going to have to figure out when and where to stop these things from spinning when I get to that point. But for right now, we're not there yet. So, yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I wasn't planning on making a video, so I'm not planning on doing a full hour on this one. So we'll probably just stop it here. This was enough to show you kind of what I've got going on. We even had a little tiny drone suicide itself against my defenses, which is always, you know, interesting. But yeah, so that's basically what I've been working on. So after the drones came in and pretty much destroyed everything, I rebuilt it all back, and even put in some additional protection there with the glass. Hopefully it'll be enough to deflect at least 1 or 2 missile strikes. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, and another thing that I did off camera was I went down there for all of the large grid ship drone parts that fell over kind of this little plateau right here and fell all the way down. I was unable to find the remains. So I think the game kind of removed them because they're too far away from me from here. And you can even tell, like, the hydro mine is 2.71 kilometers away at this point. So, and the base of the mine down here is like 2.5. So it's pretty far down there. I suppose last thing I can do now that these are roughly built is go into the K menu, left projector, go down to 23, and then go into the right projector. And then we are getting down roughly to the limit of where we can go with this one. So once we get to the end here, I will have to either replace, well, I'm going to have to replace the projectors anyways, or take them out of there because this thing isn't going to work if those are sticking there. But yeah, so I'll get it going down as far as I can. So you can kind of see there on the left, it's building in, and then the right one is so far down that I can't really see it. So you can kind of see it shimmering down there at the bottom. But yeah, so we are making progress. Slow, steady wins the race, right? And I think this looks kind of cool. I wouldn't mind putting the glass on the underside as well, but I think that would just be kind of a pain because I'd have to do all of that from a ship because I've got no way of, you know, being down there. So I'd have to use the platform ship for all of that, which would be really annoying. And I really don't want to do that. So I might just leave the bottom side blank because the odds of a drone coming in from the bottom are pretty low. So I think just having the little bit of protection around the sides, I think that should be enough. And if not, then I don't know. I'll just rebuild the whole thing again. One thing I could do, though, now that this is all built, is... Oh, but no, that's not going to work. I was going to say I could do like a projector, but the thing is, like, how do I do a projector for the gears? I'm going to need like 4 different projectors because each of the gears are technically on their own subgrid. That would just be annoying. But I mean, at least I could keep the base down, which might actually help. But once again, I kind of want to hold off on that because if I make any changes, I'm going to have to redo the projection and all that other stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I do a projection for this thing? Keep in mind, it's just going to be able to do the black parts. It's not going to be able to do the yellow, which is the rotor and the piston, or the red, which is the gears. So it's not going to be able to do any of that. It will just be for the painted black armor. And then where I would put that, I don't know. It'd have to be kind of out of the way because I need like that whole center platform for like the ship or whatever vehicle that I'm going to be moving up and down. That's where that needs to go. So I need to not clutter that if I can. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think. Or if you just have comments about the build itself, if you think it looks kind of dumb or if you think it looks kind of cool, let me know. I do appreciate everyone's comments, and I do try to reply to all of them. At the very least, I will add a like onto the comments. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one. This is kind of like a half episode, but I think I'm going to run it as a full episode in the lineup, because this is like a progression, and it's not like an aside thing like the drone video was last time. So, I don't know. Like I said, let me know what you think, and see you in the next video. Have a good one.